Okay, y'all. So, this video is going to be focused on scheduling and your time management. And why is it so important for you to have some type of scheduling when it comes to your YouTube growth? As you learned in my previous video, I am self-employed, but currently now I am helping a family member of mine, it's my daughter. So therefore I have a little bit more time on my hand. And far as time management goes for me, it's more so just planning out my day when working on my YouTube platform, because right now this is what has all my attention. But for the average person that is doing this, that doesn't have this as a full-time thing that they're doing, because they either work, they're running their own business, they are in school, or they have other things other than trying to dedicate their time to making videos for YouTube. Although this is a good way of making a second income as well as building a business, until you get to that point, you definitely need to keep your regular source of income going for you, or whatever you got going on to improve your life. So therefore, you have to develop time management skills that will help you with your success on YouTube. And I'm sure everybody here that's worked for corporate America and who has ran a business on their own is fully aware of time management. So I'm just going to give you a breakdown of my schedule on how I kind of handle mine, and how, because in order for you to see why it's working for people, you have to know what they're doing in order to make it work for them, and see if whether or not it can actually work for you. Because just because I'm doing this doesn't necessarily mean that you have the necessary time like I do, or you're willing to even give it that much time. Like I said, that's why everybody's success is defined differently, because everybody look at success as different things. So for me, I typically get up around 6:30 in the morning when I'm on time and on schedule. At 7 o'clock, I'm pretty much up and I'm ready to go. And I kind of got myself built like that because of my own business, because I'm in transportation. The earlier up you are, the better your outcome would be as far as funding. So even though I'm not actually doing the transportation now, I'm still programmed to get up at 7. And that's stuff like I said, of course, I'm behind. So at 7 o'clock, I'm sort of getting up, getting my day started, and I'm researching a lot of stuff during that time. So between 7 and 8 o'clock, I'm doing a lot of researching and planning on what I'm gonna do for that day that I left off maybe with my planning from the night before. But I already have a video in position to be posted. Whether or not I did that video that night before I went to bed, or I did it before my 7 o'clock time started, I already have that video ready to go to be either uploaded at 7 if I get up on time, or just shortly after that. I try to do it the night before, but I kind of see where because of the different ways I kind of upload my videos, that sometimes loading it at night and then releasing it later give a negative inkling to some folks, because they're probably looking at it as if, oh, this video's been sitting around for 8 hours and nobody's watching it. So obviously it must not be good. But no, it's just the way I'm recording them and putting them out. And at one point, I think I probably had released it, but I took it quickly right back. So that's why you might hear some YouTubers telling you the best way to load up a video. And it really is through your desktop or laptop, through the studio on that, because it's various things that you can do that you might not necessarily have the ability to do either on your phone or on a tablet or something like that. You literally need a desktop, or I think a tablet might work, because a tablet is more geared towards a desktop than an actual cell phone. So it is better to upload your videos that way, because you can keep some things in the blind, so that way it won't be seen to the general public, and you can do some stuff to your video, especially like if you're at the stage of monetization, because the videos don't necessarily, they don't go out monetized. You have to personally make them to go out monetized, even though you're qualified to be monetized and other videos are monetized. You have to do it on each individual video. And then you have to say whether or not you want to be placed before or after or in the middle, or do you want YouTube to do it for you? Me personally, I just allow YouTube to choose wherever they want to put it at. Okay. And then let that be that. Okay, so I get up at 8 o'clock. I get up at 7 o'clock. At 8 o'clock, I'm trying to do my first live. Sometimes you'll notice during the week, not in the weekend, you'll see me coming in at 8:15 or something like that. So I'm still working on being as prompt. I'm pretty good with staying on schedule, but because I've been self-employed for over 16 years now, yeah, that being prompt thing, an on-time thing, exactly to the T, I got to work on that, especially when I want people to be there. So if I want them to be there, then I need to be there too. So that is something that I am working on. But from 8 to 10 o'clock, I am doing my lives. That's a 2-hour gap. What I notice about a lot of lives is an hour is good. An hour and a half, you're doing great. 2 hours, you may or may not be pushing it, because at that 2-hour mark, you're probably going to lose quite a few people that was willing to stick around with you, because they kind of got 2 hours lashed out. So you're going to be within that last hour to 30 minutes of closing up to the 2-hour mark. You're going to be getting a lot of random people, a lot of trolls, by the way, because you're just sitting on there. Unless, of course, you're just really popular and people love to see your content and talk to you, and they're going to just stick around with you. And I've had that happen where people will be talking with me and they go, no, I'm going to stay on here with you until you get off, So, and I appreciate that. But for the most part, a lot of people don't do that. They're going to be in and out. They're going to be gone. And you're going to just be there talking to yourself, or either trying to cancel out trolls. And I also implement other stuff while I'm doing lives. Sometimes I've recorded videos while I'm doing it so they can watch me record my videos. I've also did In the News, where we watch the news together. So I'm not just not doing anything in those 2 hours other than talking. If the conversation is really good, or, if you don't have your lives structured out to talk to a specific topic, and you allow them to kind of lead you where you want to go. And that's kind of how I got mine set up right now. It's pretty much what the audience wants. I give a topic. We talk about that topic on and off, but I'm willing to veer off from the topic, so that way I can get more interaction with my community by allowing them to lead the conversation. As long as it's respectful and nothing is going on, and then I don't mind taking the time out from what I want it to, where I want it to go versus what they want. Now that I will do. At 11 o'clock, I'm sort of taking a break, but between 10 and 11, I'm taking a break, and I'm doing the new updates on my new community message board. What I see with the community message board is that is a great tool for engagement and really learning from your people, your community, and people who are not subscribed to you, but get their opinion on things. That way you can learn from them. You no longer do you have to wonder what they want or what they're looking for. They're going to tell you by the community post. You can do it. I like the poll style or the multiple choice style. I absolutely love that. But I also use my community post as a way of acknowledging other content creators as well, because I believe in giving back to those that gave to you, because if it wasn't for the people giving you your time, you wouldn't be where you're at. So why not show some love and give them the same courtesy that they're willing to give to you. From 11 to 12, I'm pretty much working on the next up and coming video. that's got to get ready to be posted. So you notice there is from the 10 to 11 o'clock hour, from 11 to 12 o'clock hour, and then from the 1 to the 3 o'clock hour. That's 3 hours of me kind of multitasking in between that. But by 1 o'clock, I want to have my second video posted. Now, I kind of got it set for my second video to be something on motivational or strategy when it comes to YouTube. But sometimes I would flip my third video or my second video time slot, and only because if it's something going on that's hot and popping with my skits, I want to go ahead and talk about it, because the thing about my skits is they're short-lived. So you might get a lot of traffic and interaction, but if you're not up on it when it happened, not too far out, because so many people do them, you're going to lose a big you're going to lose a lot of views from your channel and a lot of interaction, unless the people just love you and they want to talk with you. So sometimes you'll find that I'll switch those time slots up from my motivation and strategy to my skits. But anywho, by that 1 o'clock hour, I'm posting up another video where we're talking about motivation and strategy. At 2 o'clock, I'm working on the third video. Now, that 3 hour period, I could probably be done with my second video and can roll over into the third video. But what I did was I allotted out enough space so that if something came up, if something caught my attention while I was doing this, if I thought of an idea, I could take time and jot it down and go research it and study up on it and see if this is something that I want to make a topic out of, either for a future date or something then. But typically, whatever I'm going to talk about, I already know what I'm going to talk about for that day from the previous day, because I pretty much schedule out what I'm going to talk about. And if you ever notice any of my videos, my videos are built up from each other. So it's like a continual story. Like all my posts when it comes to YouTube, and is really, you can piggyback from one post to the next. So if you are starting from one I recently posted, it's going to tag the previous one on there. Or if you're starting from the bottom, you can work your way up. It's literally, they run into each other. They literally, mine's format directly into each other. So I said this to say this: a lot of my stuff is already pre-planned out, unless of course it's just something that happened at the spare of the moment. Like I was doing a live last night and somebody came in and said that a plane had crashed into a building. I couldn't plan that, right? But after I realized they weren't joking and there wasn't another troll, we went and we watched this together and we talked about it and stuff like that. So that was something that happened outside of the norm. And of course, that sparked me to do a community post about what others are feeling, because if we was that passionate when we saw that and we got caught up in it, I'm sure there's other people that want to find out about this information as well. So I use my platform and my community post to do a community toll to see what people were thinking. And from those tolls and conversations, I can gather up more topics that I can speak about that I know is going to be interested to the people that commented on the video. And if they commented, there's more people that want to see what's going on. And from my community posts, I can say this: about 10% of my subscribers are interacting with the post. So that gives me a good percentage. You know, it's not all of them, and you can never expect all of anybody to do anything. But what it will do is, it will, whatever percentage you're pulling out of the people that you have, it will give you enough information to go out and create what you need for others. And then it will pull other people into what you're doing. So you just have to know how all this stuff works. So between the 3 and 4 o'clock hour, you'll see me working on other my next up and coming videos. I typically like to put out 4 videos a day, 2 lives a day, and then that's a total of 6. If I'm feeling really great and got a lot of extra time, I might throw an extra one in. That's a total of 7 videos that are going up in a day for me. What that will do, that will probably get me more subscribers coming to my channel. Don't necessarily mean they're going to be committed subscribers, but that's going to get me a lot of subscribers, and it's going to get a lot of material out into a lot of people. But I'm going to make a video explaining that monetization and how it actually works. It really ain't about the overall thing. It will bring more. The more you put out there, the more you could possibly have people attracted to, the more views you possibly can get. That is still true. That will never change. But when it comes to the payout part, it works out a little bit different. Okay, so between that fifth and that 6 hour, the 5th hour, I'm trying to by 5 o'clock, I'm trying to not 5th hour. By 5 o'clock, I'm trying to post up my 4th video, and that one pretty much is something in the news or whatnot. Or sometimes I might take the in the news out if there's not really anything going on that I want to talk about in the news, or I can't deal with talking about in the news. I would throw either a skit or a motivational slot in there. But there is something always, I got something always playing in the back. So that way I'm never running out of materials, and I'm writing this stuff out and I'm docking it down so I can keep up. I got 5 notebooks from just the past couple of months, y'all. And I have not did videos on all those subjects, but I'm picking and choosing what is relevant at the time. And then I can go back and create once the other stuff becomes more relevant about other stuff that I have already in my pocket. So now when stuff is coming to me, that I can delay a little bit, I got material building up so I can continue to make more and more videos. Everything is content. Look at this right here. I'm showing y'all my schedule is content, but I'm explaining to you why it's content and how I make it work for me. Now, what you need to do is see if this can work for you, and if it can, implement it to yourself. What don't work for you, take it out, and then you have more stability on what you're doing in your channel. At 6 o'clock, I'm doing another live. I slide it out from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock, just like I did from 8 to 10. The same thing applies with that. At 9 o'clock, that's it. I'm no longer uploading any more videos. I may, however, record my video for the 7 o'clock hour tomorrow. More than likely, I will. Record that the next day, so it's already in play. All I have to do, even if I'm in the bed, just hit from my studio, from my phone, release, make it public, and it's gone. I had never had to get out of my bed to do this, okay? So you have to know how to make stuff work for you. On the weekend, things go a little bit different. On the weekends, I do not stick to this schedule because it's more relaxed, and I use the weekends to do more of my research. So my lives will be at 10 o'clock, and they may only be an hour the first part of the day. My second live will be the same will be from 7. It may or may not go for 2 hours because it's the weekend. People are doing stuff. A lot of people might not be on their phone. I don't know. But I'm not going to dedicate 2 hours to lives on the weekend. I'm just not going to do that. So it's probably going to be about an hour, maybe an hour and a half if I'm pushing it. But definitely an hour. And then I do a overall Wayne's World on Sunday to give you a complete rundown on anything I may have missed throughout the week, because I'm only gearing into certain things that are going to pull a large number versus trying to run behind Country Wayne. I'm not running behind Country Wayne. I'm not trying to do commentaries on everything he's doing, because he puts out a lot of stuff and he himself ain't putting out this stuff. He got a team of people working for him that are doing this. So what makes me think I can keep up with him plus do what I'm trying to do? So I utilize that to help me, but on Sunday, I just give you a rundown. You know, that's my commentary. Other people may want to continue to run behind him because that's all they do. That's all the content they do, and that is fine. Other people might run behind him on selected stories because they got their own thing going on, like me. But that's how I'm structured. I know everybody loves those skits. God knows I love them, and I do not miss a beat. I do not miss an episode. I watch everything, okay? I might not do commentaries or the reviews on everything, but I'm definitely watching everything. And on Sunday, you will see just how much I'm watching because I'll do an overall rundown on Sunday about what's happening in the country world. And starting next week, you're going to start seeing me doing budgeting videos on Sunday, like a weekly budget video to kind of help people. Because I see a lot of people on here, people who are successful as well, don't know how to budget the proper way. And they be stressing out. I mean, like, man, half of the people in the world had what they have and they wouldn't be having these problems. But they will if they don't know how to handle their money. If their financial literacy is a little bit off, then yes, they will definitely have the same problem. And then I have here the breakdown of my channel. So I have skits, I do YouTube tips, motivation in business, and in the news. For the skits is Wayne's World for now, but eventually I do believe I will venture out on my own skits where I start doing my own stuff. So I'm looking into doing that as well. YouTube tips and growth. Yeah. Oh, wow. I also do for the business strategies side, motivation. I try to offer encouragement on everything I'm doing, but sometimes I set aside certain videos just for motivation and just talking to people, because really it starts from the inside and it works its way out and it manifests itself out to wherever it's going to be. And then I have transportation, which is my true core of my business. I'm still trying to factor in how I'm going to do that. I do have some videos on my channel when I first jumped on YouTube and I was putting stuff up without really understanding how this whole system worked. So I do have videos already on my platform about transportation, but here, since I got serious, I have not really been posting anything about transportation. But transportation is my core, and there's so many different avenues and ventures of transportation that I could show and help out, because not only am I in the medical side of transportation, I've done the cab side of transportation. I even did Uber side of transportation. I've did personal medical side of transportation. I've done the business side of transportation for working for someone. I did the business side of transportation for helping other people build their own transportation companies. And I've also did transportation for dispatching for truck drivers, for box truck drivers and for semi-truck drivers. So I understand that industry very well. So I'm very knowledgeable when it comes to that. And so I want to help people in that industry, Then I also talk about building foundation, affiliation through marketing and sales, as well as in the news and I talk about right now Trump. Who ain't talking about Trump at this point? Like every day is something new, right? But I just wanted to give y'all like an overview on what's actually happening with my channel, how I utilize my time management so you can better understand what's going on. And you could take probably some of the stuff that I do to implement it in what you're doing if you can, in order to help promote growth. Well, this is going to conclude this video. As always, be your brothers and sisters keeper. Keep God first. And two.